You talk about the margins a lot. You outshot them by 5. You took, I think it was 13 more three-pointers. How did that?
What was the offensive rebounds?
You guys had 8, they had 5. How did that kind of give you a little more margin for error tonight when some other things didn't go right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, those things, what we learned from last year, the system and the way we play can put us in tougher spots. And so our crashing is something that we've gotten tremendously better at. It gives us extra possessions. It helps our transition defense because guys have to box us out and they got to keep an eye on us. And so, you know, I felt like we did a good job tonight, but I thought it was one of our, you know, lesser performances. And it was the first time all year where we just weren't the best version of ourselves. But that's going to happen, you know, especially with 70 games left. But I like the way we just chipped away at it. And, like, that game is a huge – we had to learn a lot of stuff in that. And we haven't had that this year, so it was good that we were able to go through that.
What do you think that was?
I think what was?
You weren't the best version of yourself.
It just happens. I mean, you're on a 4-game road trip. It's the third game. You played 2 tough games already. Is this the second game? Whatever. We're on a road trip. We've played a lot of road games. It just happens. Like, you know, that's going to happen 10 to 12 times a year. And we just got to build the tools of when we're not, what it looks like. And so we saw some really good possessions defensively. We weathered a couple runs, and we really executed. And I thought one of the best things we did was our late game execution. The last 2 minutes, controlled it. You know, we didn't get the 2 for 1 at the end of the game, but we executed and got a really good shot. And then we executed our philosophy on fouling and up 5 and up 3. And so just a great game where we're fortunate enough to come out with a win, but we were able to learn a lot and you know, feel a lot of the things that we haven't felt yet as a team.
How much confidence you gain after a win like this, after what you just described, right? Like, not being the best version.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, like, we'll go back and look at all the reasons why, but at the end of the day, we played against a really good team at home, and the best thing they do is go on runs, especially in the third quarter. And I thought they made some tough shots. Like, I thought, you know, they hit some threes for some guys, and I thought Siakam played really well. And, like, you know, I wanted us to just feel all those emotions every time out. That's all we talked about. You know, we're not playing great, but we're still in it. You know, can we chip away at it? Can we get a couple stops? Drew dives on the floor for a loose ball. JB gets a block out off a missed free throw. JB and JT stay spaced, and Drew and KP go 2-man game for a shot. So we're just able to learn a lot of things and simulate a lot of things that we haven't been able to simulate yet. So we're lucky to win, but if we don't learn the things that we learn, it's not going to help us.
Kind of along the lines of the market stuff, you said at the start of the year you don't want to be in a situation similar to last year pretty often where if you don't shoot the 3 well, you lose.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time around. You have several wins this year where you haven't shot the 3. What are you kind of liking that you're seeing in these other areas that are
just understanding that that's the process towards winning. The offensive rebounding, keeping guys off the free throw line. I'm not sure what the free throw rate was tonight, but you know, I haven't seen the 4 factors yet. But just our ability to, you know, control the shot margin and keep it close is huge for us. And you know, our guys are really buying into that.
kind of similar? Jason didn't take a free throw, obviously. His 3-pointer was a lot. Jason and Jalen, I don't think, scored in like the last 3.5 minutes of the game, which is very unusual for a tight game. What does it say to kind of have these other, you know, showing that balance and that depth thing?
Well, that's the key, is like that's going to happen. You know, we talk about what success looks like for each team. I mean, for each guy. And so I thought Jalen and Jason did a great job of just playing team basketball throughout the game. I thought Jalen did a great job. The game came easy to him. He took good shots. I thought Jason, you go 1 for 11 from 3. I think 9 of them were like wide open or like close to being open. But, you know, success looks different. And tonight it was like, how can we attack the matchup? And it was Drew, KP, pick and roll. We needed it most. And it says a lot about our Jalen and Jason. It says a lot about our team. And you have Drew, KP, and D. White kind of bring us home. And so that's going to happen. We're going to need all those guys.
Why did you go to that duo in the pick and roll?
Because they were switching 1 through 5. And we just wanted to get the matchup with KP. And then, you know, that's kind of where we were able to do it.
And then the last play that Derek hit the 3.
Mm-hmm.
What were you looking for there? How was the execution on that play? You said
it was tough because we got it at 41, and you wanted to go 2 for 1, but I didn't. I felt like Drew was in a good rhythm. We got to one of our go-to sets, which is a low-angle pick and roll with the matchup we wanted. Drew and KP, we had just scored on it, so we got the. Oh no, I'm sorry, we hadn't gotten to it yet. Oh yeah, we did, because KP scored in the post, and then we had that exact same situation. So ideally, you want to get the 2 for 1 there when it's tied, but I just liked the flow, and we got right into the play. And got organized, and so you couldn't have gotten a better shot there.
Coach, yeah, KP is already playing really well, but it's just his first month in the team. How can you take even more advantage of him as a team?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about him is teams guard him differently throughout the game. And so it's just a matter of sometimes we have such good wings that when teams go to switching, he's got to be a main focal point of our offense because he can catch the ball close to the rim. He can get to free throw line. He can attack matchups, whether it's at the elbow or whether it's at the post. So I felt like we did a great job managing that. And the last 2 minutes, we went to that pick and roll with him.
Was JB okay?
Yes.
Did you
Says
see
he
him and anything?
Yeah, I saw. Said he's doing okay. Thank you.
Presented by your New England Ford dealers. Built for America. Built Ford proud.